Okay, I'm just going to check what's happening with my events. And okay, just say hi if you can see me and everything's going good, because I'm not sure whether everything. I think it's okay. It's looking good. I think it's a totally different story what I can see here. So I hope it's all right. And if you're watching this live, thank you. And if you're watching it on replay, I do appreciate it. So it's Wednesday night and it's my regular Facebook Live, and I call it Creative Escape because it's an escape in the middle of the week from all your from the daily grind. I'm just adjusting my camera so I'm looking a bit weird at the moment. So today I'm sharing a project from the Ombre Designer Series using the Ombre Designer Series paper, which is a free celebration item. And that's free with a $90 purchase. So you've still got time till the 28th of Feb, and that ends on the 20th of Feb to grab celebration items. Yeah, that's an unlimited amount of celebration items that you can get for free. So no matter how many $90 orders, or if you place a $270 order, you can get 3 items or 2 a larger item with the 180 purchase, or there's a couple of tiers you can get with celebration. So that goes on till the 20th of Feb. Today I've got an extra with a brand new product that's just come out. It's not in any of the catalogs. It's the Hey Chick and the Hey Birthday Chick bundle. Now, one of these stamp sets did come out in celebration a few years back. And you may have seen it. You may still have it. I did still have it. So you will notice that my stamp set is not a clean stamp set. It is the old rubber stamp, but you can get it as a bundle. So we've got 2 different bundles, the Hey Chick and the Hey Birthday Chick, and they are super cute. As you probably gathered with me that I'm a bit of a crazy farm animals and farmy things person, so I'm going to switch the camera around and I'm going to try something new so you can see me while I'm crafting, while you can still see my desk. So here's hoping this all goes to plan, and if it doesn't, please forgive me. So then you can at least see that there is a body behind this thing doing the work, and I can't hide now behind my desk, so to speak, with all my facial expressions and things like that. So you'll see all the crazy bad stamping facial expressions as well. So this is one of the cards. I'm doing 2 cards today to showcase both bundles so you can have a bit of a look at the 2 bundles. This one features the Hey Chick bundle, and this is these are the dies that come with this. And you'll get all these. So you're going to get this. Let's get my. It's. This is like Lego or something. See how I go? I'm a bit wonky, aren't I? Trying to get it matched up. There we go. That one matches, and we are going to be using another one from the other set, but it looks similar to this one. He's a bit funny and quirky. I think it's cute, he or she. And we're going to be using this one today with our little rooster and little eggs. But then you've got all these supplementary little bits and pieces, and I think they add so much more to this set. So let's get to creating. So it's got this little cute barn and a lot of detail. I cut one out before and it'll show you. So it's got a lot of detail on it. Let me see. Yeah, you can see it. So that's all good. There you go. So it's got nice detail. So no stamping required. Just cut that up. So got corn and all the little corn. Got 2 bits there. So you can cut 2 at the same time. The eggs, there's 2 of them. We're going to be using them as well. But I'm going to put them all back in my trusty pouch because I will guarantee lose them. And I will put him back in there too. And that one we don't need as well. We'll put that all back just to be safe. Alright, so So this cute little fellow is what we're doing today. And I hope you'll stick with me and enjoy and join in the conversation. Tell me who's here today because I can't really tell who's watching with me. So we've got the Granny Apple Green card base. Now our ombre paper comes in a variety of colors. One single pattern, okay? So the colors, you've got Rococo Rose, that's I think Rich Raspberry, but it's of course ombre, so you could go Blackberry Bliss, you could go light pink on that, Blushing Bride, Bermuda Bay, Coastal Cabana, Pool Party, everything matches. Pear Pizzazz, Granny Apple Green, Soft Sea Foam would match with that. And then when you turn them around, it's, if I turn them around the right way, you will get the other one side is just plain. So it's really great for stamping and things like that. So I'm just wanting to show you that today of what you can get with this really good pack of paper. So it is 4 colors, but it's what you can do with it. So to start with, we're just going to glue this down. And I have done some die cutting, but with the rest, I just wanted to show you how easy it is and how the die cutting machine works, a stamping cut and emboss machine works. So I will go light to dark. I've cut my paper in such a way, it's 9.9 by 14.2. I was going to do this in front of you, but I thought, oh, instead we're bringing the big machine over. So I'll bring this over. I have cut this. It's a piece of basic white cardstock, which I've cut with the Stitch So Sweetly dies, right? So that's just giving it that nice colored look. And then I have embossed it with the Pinewood Planks embossing folder. I'm just going to lighten that camera a bit so you can see a bit, perhaps a bit better. Maybe a bit of light on that. Right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use soft suede ink and using a sponge doll, but you know these are some of my favorites, always have been. I'm just going to go across the embossing of this just to give a light color. Instead of using the colored cardstock, it just gives a light color and it picks up on the embossing. You can go however dark or light you like. This is soft suede ink I'm using. I know, Karen, I love the chick bundles. I really do. They're so much fun, and I love all the little dies that come with it. Just all the bits and pieces are really, really fun. Now, I'm going to show you the 2 ways you can do this chicken. I'm not going to, there's a bit of a simpler way, and not, they're both simple, but I just want to show you 2 ways. So I'll just color one, but I'm taking a piece of Sour Saffron cardstock and I'm going to stamp this rooster, I should say. In soft suede. The reason I am using this, the colored cardstock, it's going to give me a base to go off. So I'm not going directly from white. Otherwise I'm coloring more, I've got more to color or more depth to add and things like that. So it just gives me a little bit more grace, I should say, so I don't have to do so much. So what I'll start doing, and that's, you can see that I've done that, I'll get the darker Daffodil Delight, and I'm just going to start coloring it in. So you can see my coloring has basically been done. I'm just adding some shading. You don't have to color it in if you want something really quick, but I'm just using my stamping blends to color it in. Stamping blends are an alcohol-based marker which has a fine tip and a brush tip. I'm using my fine tip here. Then I'm bringing some light Calypso coral, and I will do that. And that's what I did was not necessary, but you can see by looking that the wider tip is the brush tip and the narrow tip. I just don't look. And I'm just bringing up the color, and I'll blend that in. And it might not be the same as my original card, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to bring in my dark Calypso coral, and I tend to, sometimes I like using my brush tips, but just for this image I was just trying to get little flicks kind of thing. So I'm just flicking little, just to matching with the feathers, and then you won't have to do so much on your coloring. Now I'm bringing in that color. Gonna bring back my light Calypso coral, and I'll drag the darker color in, so it's blending it in. Yes, it does take time to just add it in, but I'll show you what I did. One without on white cardstock, and it did take a little bit longer. So as I said, you don't have to do so much, but it just adds that little bit extra if you do. Our cardstock's really nice and thick, so you can blend on it. You don't need special blending cardstock or anything like that. Always have a piece of paper, something underneath, so you can, a scrap paper, so because the color does seep through. Now I'll bring my light real red, and it's just a touch of it. I'm gonna add there, and we'll just add a bit here too. And I'll bring in my Calypso coral, the darker one, so I can blend that in. So the idea is you're just blending in the two or three or however many colors you're using, and just so there's no definition in lines. Now, just to tie it all in, back to Daffodil Delight. And we're just gonna do some light flicks, and I'm not gonna do too much with that. I'll just go on like that and bring in the lighter color. So you're just gonna blend that in with your Soul Saffron. So just with the circular shape of the feathers, like of the body, we're just gonna bring that in. So I haven't colored the whole rooster. Just fill that in. Now here's what I did earlier on white cardstock. So I've had to go in light Daffodil Delight, color that whole thing. There's more blending. Of course, I haven't done the Calypso coral there, but a little bit more work on that. I will, this is crumb cake, and I'm just going to color the, and obviously different to my original, but we just change it up a bit. Now, I'll put all my colors away for now. I'll bring in the little machine, my stamping cut and emboss machine. And our die. That's not the right die. It's not the right one. I can get some washi just to hold it together. The mini embossing cutting and embossing machine is good for demos like this. It's just when I don't have to bring the whole big machine over because my machine's on another desk and I do walk over to that. It's just a little bit handier when I do this. So I'm just using the washi is just to, you can use any washi. I've got my Stampin' Up washi. I'm just putting it there just to be certain. Run it through. Now my original one, I did not cut it straight. And I didn't worry. You could cut it prior to coloring. Some people do it like that. I just find it a bit fiddly to color once you cut it. That's all. That's why I rather have it on a larger piece of cardstock. Then we'll bring in our little chicken wire and we'll have some soft suede cardstock. And that's a lovely little accessory for cards, I guess, that we can decorate. I haven't used it like as a chicken wire, but it's just adding a bit more interest to my card. Got lots of bits and pieces, this one. Comes out easily. Just going to take a big tool and just pull that out. But generally it was easy enough to get through. So we've got that piece ready to go. I'll just get all this to the side. One thing I should get, and I know it'll be good, they say a lint remover is good for grabbing all those bits off your table, but I haven't actually got one for that specific purpose. We have one for cats here because that gets everywhere. Now the next thing is our little sign. I'll just cut a little bit of cardstock, and we need some eggs as well. So I'm just getting all my die cutting out of the way now. And the more with anything, like the more you use a machine, if you're not like comfortable, just keep using it, and it'll get better. I know I had met some people who came for my classes who had die cutting machines, just struggled, weren't comfortable, but the more they came to classes and used it, they got more competent and then felt more comfortable using it. So use it and you'll then it gets better. It does get better. And then we've got eggs. You get these come together, but you get two separate. One side, that's good. So I will cut one set in white and one set in crumb cake. So this is my, it's a matter of keeping all the bits and pieces together in our little pile. So we've got that and some crumb cake cardstock for our other eggs. They're free range ones, the different colors. the happy fruits. Alright, so there we go. We've got all the bits and pieces so far. Get rid of this. I've got a little rubbish bin. I try not to chuck things on the floor, but sometimes that happens. Okay, we've got card base, and then I've got this little bit which I just kind of slid underneath. So I'm gonna put down my my panel of wood just with dimensionals. Maybe I'll go this way because I like that. And then I can always just slip that under like that because I've left that center empty. Today I've got a couple of cards. I thought, oh, I can't just do one of those bundles. They're just too cute. Got to do both. And the other one's fun too. Those images make you laugh, some of them. Oh. And just adding just some images or interest outside, just outside the square is good. Gives you, that's just design it just gives you something to look, so it's not the straight look. Always something on an angle, something outside the square gives you nice design. Now we'll take a little "You're a Good Egg" sentiment. That's cute, isn't it? And I thought Real Red just picked up. Let me see whether that's straight. Yeah, right side up, I should say. It just lifted and picked up the red from the rooster. Bring back the scrap paper because I want to use my sponge dauber to add some color to these eggs. Sorry about that bounce. It's just adding a touch. So, you know those eggs that are partially kind of colored? That's what this is. Well, my opinion anyway. It's not, you don't really get it like that, but petal pink would work, but wasn't really suited for this card. Now I attach the rooster with dimensionals, just a couple. Let's go like that. And then we want our little sentiment. So I'm just going to go that way. One on the top and a bit of glue at the bottom. So the stand doesn't look like it probably just sticks better, and also it doesn't look like it's floating in the air, which that one looks a little bit like that. Always good, like if you're doing trees and things, put your top part, the leaves sticking up, and then you can have your trunk towards the bottom grounded, and it looks more natural. Little dimensionals, where are you? You can see me searching. Sunny all day. Nice sunny, but now it's a bit getting darker now, isn't it? Days are getting maybe shorter. I think it's just a fun card, and that Granny Apple Green makes it really fun as well because it's just bright. So for the inside of the card, you can write on this, so you don't. It's light enough for you to write on. But hey, why not just finish that DSP, right? No need to save it because saving DSP. There's more nice DSP, and we have heaps and heaps and heaps. So we should just use it up. Otherwise, you'll end up with a pile like mine that I can't walk over at the moment. Let's put a bit on the end, and then it will stick. That's my lazy method. Otherwise, if I were to measure it, I'd measure it sometime. And it kind of just finishes off that nicely and ties it in with the front. For the envelope, dig down deep here, and I have this one, and the 6 inches doesn't go this way, so let's go that. So you can see the rich raspberry on the other side of this. So got a bit of variety, even though it's like you think 4 colors, you actually can mix with a lot of shades of the greens or the pinks or whatever it is. Like I'll show you in the next card what I've done. Give this a bit of a clean, and that's our first card done. So I hope you've enjoyed that. So that's the Hey Birthday Chick, and that's the Hey Chick bundle. The Hey Chick bundle is that the Hey Chick bundle? Let me get myself right. Yeah, and that's $77.25, $177.25 and $175.50. Yeah, this is the $77.25 bundle. So that's gonna get you all the chickies, and I think once you hit 90, you're gonna get a free pack of products of celebration items. So you can choose their own birthday pay if you like that. So $77.25, add another $13, and you've got yourself a free celebration product. So I hope you've enjoyed that card. Just bear with me while I give my stamps a bit of a clean. And we'll get on to our next card. I've also got a bit of a show and tell for you before we get on to the next card. You may know I have Stamp Club going at the moment. So it's a $50 subscription, and it gets you $35 worth of products. So that's every month. You can join in anytime. You can cancel anytime. So that is not an issue. You are in charge of your PayPal subscription, so I'm not in charge of that. So you can, if you after the first month think, no, this is not for me, you can cancel. The benefit of Stamp Club is after 6 months of being in Stamp Club, you get to choose $35 of product free of charge. So that's after 6 months of being in Stamp Club. Also, every month you get a bag of $35 worth of goodies in a goodie bag. You'll get all your card kits. So that's 4 exclusive projects. And I just want to show you what this month's projects are, because I always give a sneak peek in my ad, but I just want to show you it's featuring the Enjoy the Moment stamp set. And these are the 4 projects, and I just wanted to give you a bit of a look at that. So you can join in this month. It's $50. Subscribe to it, and you will get everything and more to create these cards. And you will need your ink pads and things like that. I've given a bit of a list in my blog post, so you can check that out. But it is something worth trying. Yeah, there are no penalties for canceling, so give it a shot, and I hope you can join us. Now my next card, excuse me while I stretch, is a fun little one I've done on Pool Party, and it features the other bundle which has been released. It's called the Hey Birthday Chick. So these two comes stamp set and a matching, a coordinating bundle. So that's a lot of fun. Lots of things you can do with that. I think it's just a bit more party celebration kind of stamp set, that one, I think. And you can get a bit of additional things with that. So what I've got with that is a pool party card base. And I have die cut Whisper White layering squares. This is the layering squares die. And from the same ombre paper. So that's why it's different. This is also ombre paper. It's just this one was the lighter side of it. I've just die cut another square there. So we can start by just sticking that down. That's all that is. So that's just using the plain side. Now I have got a strip which we're going to stamp on. The beauty of this paper, because it's plain, you can stamp on that. But don't forget, that's another way to use up your designer series paper. Stamping and using images like that. So let's start by stamping in Bermuda Bay. And we're just going to stamp all over that strip of designer series paper. I'd love for you to share this video if you think someone would like to see it, and it just helps me as well. And I share all my videos on YouTube, so that's another form. If someone doesn't have Facebook, they can view these tutorials and my online workshops via YouTube. Because not everybody has Facebook. It's just not always a bad thing. Now, so this is a pool party card base, and you can see because of that ombre design, it matches with several colors, and I just like how it picks up on that pool party there. I did think of going with the pinks because I'm a bit of a pink girl, but I do like Coastal Cabana and things like that as well. The next thing we're gonna do is stamp this guy on a piece of cardstock. That looks terrible. I did clean all my blocks last week, but I must be using them a fair whack. I'm going to use basic grey to stamp him out because sometimes you can use tuxedo black, which is what I've used for the sentiment, but sometimes when I don't want such a strong color, like for an outline, I do use basic grey. I find it still gives you enough darkness, but not overpowering. It is a big piece of cardstock for that, but that's okay. Colors, colors, colors. We're giving our stamping blends a workout today. They are the best. I love stamping blends. So, for our chook, we are going to use, I'll put that aside. We are going to use soy saffron. Not daffodil delight like I have put. I have dark soy saffron and light soy saffron, which I have obviously mixed my colors up, but that's okay. It works. It works everywhere. That's what happens when you lose your eyesight. So here we are. Okay. So a bit of a different method I'm using for coloring this, but sometimes I use a bit of circular motion. But I might even go, it's a bit of a larger area. You can use a brush tip as well. Circular motion, actually, circular strokes will take the lines away as well. It's a good way. Then I will bring in my light pumpkin pie. Oops, that wasn't meant to happen. That has happened sometimes to me. It's probably just me. Let's try the thick side. The wide side. We'll just use that. That didn't happen before. And it's clever like that. Oh. Has that happened to you with your blend sometimes? The whole nib and everything comes out. It's rare, but maybe it's just the user. Me. Now I will go, I better colour his face and all this bit. So I'm not paying a lot of attention to the colouring, very rough colouring. It's just cute. Cute little image. Looks like he's just walking out of bed. He's just a total mess. And I will add a bit of the dark pumpkin pie there. And then I will come back with the light and I'll use the brush tip, just because it's a larger area. Come back over with the light and blend it in to merge the lines. Now I will use my dark size saffron for the candle flame. Bermuda Bay, it's the light Bermuda Bay for the candle. So we're just drawing the colors from the card now, tying them in. Bit of flirty flamingo because I just thought cupcake pink was a bit cute. And then to tie in my card base pool party, like pool party for the cupcake holder. I'm assuming I'm using that as a cupcake holder. You could color it in cupcake just to make sure it's if you think it's like a cupcake as such. I'm bringing my cupcakes. Just got my things on the floor. That's why I'm bending over. You can see me. Alright, so that's done. Now we do have dies for this one, so you don't have to go putty cutting or anything like that, and it's one die that does it. Love the little fence there too. It's got a happy birthday cuts out. Lots of stuff in here. Really good. Sorry, I just moved the camera there. A bit excited about my dies. Let's see. Now we'll have to cut him down. Otherwise he won't fit in my little machine. Isn't he fun? It's a really fun image. Looking at it upside down ain't gonna help him. That's right. No, it's not this one. How's it not working? It's what before. I told you, me and the right image is the right image. What am I doing wrong, guys? What am I doing wrong? Okay, that's the cupcake. Yeah, it just looks weird. At a moment of madness then. Okay. I haven't even worked today. Imagine when I go to work, like my other job. I don't know what I'm doing. Here we are. You have to have a sign that says this way is up. These guys. Okay. That's nice that it cuts out everything without any problems. I'm not good at jigsaws, so give me a jigsaw. Let's see if this is what it is. Right, that's done. It's done. That's done. That's done. So we've got that, and I'm just gonna tie my ribbons before I stick that down. And the way we do that, so just work out which way you want your designer series paper to stick or to be on your card. So because this didn't matter too much, it was just the one shade, but I've got the light to dark, so I might have it going like at the top, dark at the bottom. Let's see, is that better? Let's see, what do you think? I think light at the top maybe, because it's like the sky. Don't I don't think it matters. But let's do this. One piece of tear and tape there, one piece of tear and tape there. So tear and tape is what in Stampin' Up is what we call double-sided tape. That is nice and strong and great for attaching ribbons without having to tie it right around and wasting. Now before I do my bow, I hardly ever, I should say, tie my bow directly in one go. I do it in a separate piece, and I probably should have stamped that first. So let's pick that off and put my stamp first. Yeah, you knew that. I'm going with Rochelle, stamp it first. Let's celebrate you. That's a cute sentiment. And here I used the tuxedo black because I wanted it to stand out quite well. You could, if you just wanted to get a basic gray and that's what you had, you could just stick with basic gray. That's no problem. But I just wanted it to be a bit more strong in color for my sentiment part. Let's see whether this works. Well, not quite, but maybe we can cover it up, eh? Let's see. Will we be able to do a bit of a, yes, we'll try. Cover that boo-boo up. Because I didn't stamp prior to sticking that down. Always stamp first. So we'll just adjust our image to work around that mistake. Oh, thanks, Karen. Sorry, I'm just looking at the comments from before. You like the layering? Thank you. I'm a bit of a crazy layers person. I always like my layers. Alright. I like the Magenta Madness ribbon on the color, how it goes with the Bermuda Bay and all the blues. It just works, doesn't it? Even though there's no... I like that color. All speaks fun and party, and this trip's having fun. Remember the day we took Cassidy and a friend out for dinner, and the other girls and mum and I kept saying, referring how people used to say bird when we went for to go look at that bird, meaning another girl. And these kids, they didn't know what we were talking about. And they had a good laugh because it wasn't the flying birds we were talking about. It was an old lingo coming into effect from the 80s. And I'm just putting one under there, a glue dot. So I've stuck that board down with a glue dot, but I put one under there to stop it shaking around a bit. Then I do have some not dimensional, in color enamels. I'll get them right. I did have them before. Let's see what we have in our little bag of goodies here. Yeah. We don't have those big stamp cases anymore, but you can use the little stamp, the thinner ones, which are like CD cases. They work well to hold any of your embellishments. These are the in color enamel dots. So I just picked the Magenta Madness ones just to tie in with my bow and add a bit more fun on that. Bring in my stamp again and add some little streamers on the side. I love these filler type of images. There, just a bit. Just do one on the side there. Okay. And we'll do the same on the envelope. Okay, wipe it down later. So it speaks party, party, party. So that's just some couple of ways I've shown you how to use the ombre paper. So I use it to stamp on, use it for layering. You can layer your images, so a couple of stamping things there. Use it as your, of course, your card bases, your mats. So many different things you can do with that paper. I hope you have enjoyed that. Plus, I wanted to introduce you to these trooks, which are available for purchase now, so you can get that from my online store. Let me come back and work this out, how I can fix this for you. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed my presentation today and my demonstration, and it's just showing you some different ways, and maybe you might add that to your celebration rewards when you do your next order. To order, you can go onto my online store, or you can call me, and I'm happy to, or call me or email me, and I'm happy to place that order for you. I will pop all the products I've used by card under this video link, so to make it easy for you. So if any card, that particular card pleased you or took your fancy, you can order those products purely by that the link I've given you. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next Wednesday for my creative escape. Sometimes I will probably have another live in between the week, but definitely next Wednesday 7:30. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye.